am Sana of St.Marys Convent Senior Secondary School, Alakode. As you all know, today is Hiroshima Day. We, the students of class 10, have prepared some videos and presentations about it. Let's watch it. First video is prepared by Maria Anthony and Team Hibakusha. Hi, I'm Sana Rose. I'm from class 10.
I'm Alka Teresa from class 10.
Alka, do you know the importance of August 6?
Yes, of course. It's Hiroshima Day, right?
Yeah, that's right. As a part of Hiroshima Day, we students are doing a presentation. So let's have a glance on it.
Hi, how are you? How are you doing?
Well, I am tired after completing my project.
What's the project about?
It's about something happened in Hiroshima.
Hey, our school also had done this last year.
Oh, well, can you explain me what your school had done?
Obviously, I have a video of the program which we had done for the last year's Hiroshima Day program. Watch it carefully and get a clear explanation of what had happened there.
What's this?
What is this?
Oh, you don't know what this is? Well, I can explain it to you. This is an image of the bombing that took place in the Japanese city of Hiroshima on August 6, 1945. It is the only instance in the human history where a nation used nuclear weapon against another nation. It killed thousands of people along with the increased rates of chronic diseases and cancer among the survivors. So, as a reminder of the bombing attack on Hiroshima by the US during World War II, we observe August 6th as Hiroshima Day every year. It aims to promote peace politics against war. Now, let us watch a video to know what exactly happened there.
The United States dropped an atomic bomb in the city of Hiroshima by an American B-29 bomber in the Second World War. The nuclear bomb that was dropped in Hiroshima city was named Little Boy. The explosion wiped out almost 90% of the city, killing thousands of people.
My name is Yosiko and I hope no one else ever has to clap eyes on the horrors that I did that August morning. The radiation had killed my father and left my mother, in whom I was 5 years old and had to raise 3 brothers on my own. But Japan did terrible things as well and was not only a victim but an offender. It's for that reason that today an apology was neither offered nor sought. Instead, Japan and America have managed to get around the impediments to a reconciliation that's been a long time coming.
And we were on that bomb run for three and a half minutes. Tom and I are talking.
Christ, Dutch! We never sat on a bomb run this long over Germany. They'd have blasted us out the sky. Yeah!
He said, nothing there. No opposition, no nothing. Or anything of that type. Just, just going to bomb the target.
I saw an aircraft, like a tiny silver drop, entering the sky above Hiroshima. I instantly recognized it as an American plane, as no Japanese aircraft could fly at that altitude at the time. It was just one plane, so I assumed it was passing by as usual.
Now I understood about the days as well as what I have drawn. I thank everyone who had taken efforts to bring out the real mystery of the incident.
Next video is prepared by Alan Raymond and Team Demolition Crew. Let's watch it.
Hiroshima Day is observed on August 6th every year to promote peace politics against the wars. This day is a reminder of the bombing attack in Hiroshima by the United States in the Second World War. Japan was a fierce enemy of the US and its allies, Britain, China and the Soviet Union during the World War II. After the conclusion of the World War in 1945, the relationship between Japan and US worsened, especially as Japan forces decided to take an aim at Indochina with the intention of capturing the oil-rich areas of the East Indies. Therefore, the US President Harry Truman authorized the use of atomic bombs in order to make Japan surrender in the war. Truman believed that only bombing a city would make an adequate impression, and the main aim was to destroy Japan's ability to fight wars. At the time of bombing, Hiroshima was a city of industrial and military significance. So Hiroshima was the primary target of the world's first atomic bombing mission on August 6 with Kokura and Nagasaki as alternate targets. On August 6, 1945 at 8:15 am, the world was changed forever. The American B-29 bomber Enola Gay dropped a 5-ton atomic bomb over the city of Hiroshima from 31,000 feet above. This gun-type uranium-based atomic bomb called Little Boy blasted about 1,500 feet above the city, creating a nuclear force of 15 kilotons of TNT. After falling for 43 seconds, the time and the barometric triggers started the firing mechanism. The uranium bullet fired down a barrel into the uranium tub. Together, they started a nuclear chain reaction. Solid matter began to come apart, releasing untold quantities of energy. The detonation raised the temperature to 4000 degrees Celsius and damaged around 90% of the city. The shock waves created by the blast was faster than the speed of sound. This killed everything within 1 kilometer of the hypocenter. It was estimated that roughly 70,000 to 135,000 people died in Hiroshima due to both acute exposure and the long-term side effects of horrible burns created by it. Many survivors were also died in the coming next months due to diseases like radiation sickness, ulcers, anemia, leukemia, etc. After 3 days, another atomic bomb called Fat Man was dropped in another city of Japan called Nagasaki, killing another huge mass of people and destroying the city. As a result, the Emperor of Japan, Hirohito, announced unconditional surrender of Japan in the World War II through the radio on 15th August by informing the devastating power of the new and most cruel bomb.
The next video is presented by Michelle Rose and team.
Reminder of the day when a nuclear weapon was used during an armed conflict between two countries. The effects of the atomic bomb that was dropped by the US on the city of Hiroshima, Japan in 1945 saw a large number of people continue to die months after the incident. Hiroshima Day is observed on August 6 every year. It aims to promote peace politics against the war. This day is a reminder of the bombing attack on Hiroshima by the United States during World War II. In 1945, on this day, the United States dropped the atomic bomb in the city of Hiroshima. Little Boy was the code name for the type of atomic bomb dropped in the Japanese city of Hiroshima. The actual number of Japanese Americans affected by the bombings is unknown, although estimates put approximately 11,000 in Hiroshima city alone. But some 3,000 of them are known to have survived and returned to the US after the war. The story of Sadako Sasaki, a young girl who lived through the bombing of Hiroshima and eventually died from leukemia, is just one of many stories from Hiroshima on August 6, 1945. Along with the lives, the bomb blast led to massive structural damage, with Japanese officials stating that around 69% of buildings in Hiroshima were destructed. Now, let us have a glance at the bombing of Hiroshima.
Mechanism. A uranium bullet fired down a barrel into a uranium target. Together, they started a nuclear chain reaction. Solid matter began to come apart, releasing untold quantities of energy. There were around 90,000 buildings in Hiroshima, and after the bomb blast, only 28,000 were left.
As the only country to survive the nuclear attack, Japan must persuade the global public to unite in the spirit of Hiroshima. As the speech highlights that world survivors feel about the hypocrisy of Japan's government, which includes 15,000 American troops and is protected by the US nuclear umbrella.
The next video is a speech by Leona Jimmy of Class 9A. Let's listen to it.
Hello everyone. Hiroshima Day is the day of remembrance of the world's first atomic bombing by America on Japan. At that time, the President of USA, Harry Truman, took a decision to use nuclear weapons against Japan, with whom they were at war. That was a decision which annihilated thousands of people. Hiroshima Day commemorates 6th August 1945, the day when an atomic bomb called Little Boy was dropped on the Japanese city of Hiroshima. World War II ended after atomic bombing, but the future generation had to suffer it more because of the radiation. The day reminds us that irony of killing thousands of people to save thousands of war and its terrible destruction. Therefore, today's need is to give importance for universal harmony and peace. Thank you and have a nice day.
The following video is prepared by Agnes Joy and Team Season Shah.
76 years ago, the President of USA, Harry S. Truman, decided to use nuclear weapons against Japan when they were in a war. A decision annihilated thousands of people, ironically in the name of saving thousands of lives from the unending war. Hiroshima Day commemorates on 6th August 1945, the day when an atomic bomb was dropped on the Japanese city of Hiroshima, followed by another dropped atomic bomb on the city of Nagasaki. It is the only instance in human history where a nation used nuclear weapons against another nation. The bombing effectively ended World War II by bringing about the surrender of Japan, but at a terrible price. The coded Little Boy destroyed 70% of the buildings in Hiroshima, and generations suffered due to the effect of radiation. Hiroshima Day is now a focus for anti-war and anti-nuclear discussions and demonstrations. The collective vision, dedication, and hard work of Japanese people powered Japan to rise from rubble, and today Japan is world's third largest economy. The day reminds all of us the irony of killing thousands to save thousands, war and its terrible destructions, and today's need and importance for universal harmony and peace.
The next video is prepared by Sona Surgeon and Team Sadako Sasaki.
Hiroshima Day is celebrated every year on 6th August, remembering the atomic bombing at Hiroshima during the Second World War. My friends and I would like to present a very short video we have prepared based on Hiroshima Day. Through this video, we would like to convey that an eye for an eye will only blind the whole world.
On the morning of August 6 at 8:15 am local time, a B-29 bomber Enola Gay dropped the atomic bomb called Little Boy with a force over 20,000 tons of TNT on the city of Hiroshima. When most of the industrial workers had already reported to work, many were en route and children were in school. The US Strategic Bombing Survey of 1946 notes the bomb, which had already exploded slightly northwest of the center of the city, killed over 80,000 people and injured as many.
3 days later, another atomic bomb called Fat Man was dropped over Nagasaki around 11 am local time, killing more than 40,000 people. The 1946 survey notes that due to the uneven terrain of Nagasaki damage, that was confined to the valley over which the bomb exploded, and therefore the area of nearly complete devastation was much smaller, about 1.8 square miles.
Hiroshima was chosen because it had not been targeted during the US Air Force conventional bombing raids on Japan and was therefore regarded as being a suitable place to test the effects of an atomic bomb. It was also an important military base.
In Hiroshima, acute disorders caused by heat rays, fire, blast, and radiation appeared immediately after the bombing.
Hiroshima Day is observed on August 6 every year. It aims to promote peace politics against the war. This day is a reminder of the bombing attack on Hiroshima by the United States during World War II. Now, on this day, Hiroshima holds the Peace Memorial Ceremony to console the victims of the atomic bomb and to pray for the realization of lasting world peace.
Sadako Sasaki, a 2-year-old girl in Hiroshima. She was not injured at all when the bomb was dropped. But one day she got dizzy and fell down and was unable to get up. Later they found out that she had leukemia, the bomb disease. When she was in hospital, her friend Chizuko visited her and told her that crane, a sacred bird in Japan, lives for 100 years, and if a person folds 1000 paper crane, then the person would get well soon. So Sadako started folding 1000 cranes and prayed that she would get well soon. But in October 1955, she left. The act of folding crane turned into an international children's peace movement, and a monument named as Children's Peace Monument is located at the center of Hiroshima. People came there and bid respect to all the lives that vanished during the bombing.
If I could write a magic song that everyone could sing, I would write of love, of hope and joy, and things that peace could bring. a magic song. I'd write a song of peace.
Hello everyone. As we all know, this year is the 76th anniversary of the bombing of Hiroshima. The main and the important lesson we should learn from this Hiroshima is that these weapons are so terrible and they must never be used again. So this is the end of this video. I did like to thank each one of you for your time and attention today. Thank you.
Following video is prepared by Rosemary Jason and Team Dragonflies.
1 years ago, the then President of USA, Harry S. Truman, took a decision. He decided to use nuclear weapons against Japan with whom they were at war. A decision which annihilated thousands of people, ironically in the name of saving thousands of lives from the unending war.
Hiroshima Day commemorates 6th August 1945, the day when an atomic bomb was dropped on the Japanese city of Hiroshima, followed by another dropped atomic bomb on the city of Nagasaki. It is the only instance in human history where a nation used nuclear weapon against another nation. The bombings effectively ended World War II by bringing about the surrender of Japan, but at a terrible price. The two cities were destroyed and calamities, mostly civilians, were estimated at around 2 lakh, with many more people dying later from injuries and illness. The bomb-coded little boy destroyed 70% of the buildings in Hiroshima, and generations suffered due to the effects of radiation. The incident shocked the world and brought into light the terrible after effects of nuclear warfare. Anti-war movements and nuclear disarmament movement strengthened around the world, while the debate over the US decision to bomb still continues. Hiroshima Day is now a focus for anti-war and anti-nuclear discussions and demonstration. The collective vision, dedication, and hard work of Japanese people powered Japan to rise from rubble, and today Japan is world's third largest economy.